guys, it's Bren with Kindred Acres. I just wanted to do a quick video on doing a well check on your chickens. If you keep chickens on your homestead, you should be doing well checks often. And so a couple of things that you want to check for. Well, first of all, when you let your chickens out in the morning, you want to check their behavior. Are they coming out in a group? Is one lagging behind? Are they hi, beautiful. Are they all interacting together? Is there one maybe just slow and sluggish? So that's the first thing. Look at their body language and check to see if they're looking okay and kind of all active and have their energy. The next thing that you want to check for is their comb. You want to look at their comb and see the coloring of their comb. Is their comb, does it look like a pinkish color or red color, or does it look pale? If it looks pale, that may be an indication that something's going on with that chicken and it's something worthy of looking into. It's not always the case, especially in winter time. Sometimes their combs go a little bit pale in winter, but it's definitely something that warrants looking at. The next thing, after you look at the obvious overall look of the chicken, pay attention to how they're walking. See if they're walking with a wing out or their tail down. If they're walking with their tail curled in or under them, then that could mean that they're not feeling well, or they're egg bound if it's a hen, if it's a girl. So definitely worthy of looking into if you see their tail down, or if they're walking with a wing out or a limp. You might want to check their feet. That would be another thing to check to make sure they don't have what's called bumblefoot or an infection on their foot, which they can get if they, for example, have a scratch or cut on their foot and bacteria gets in, then it could get infected. So we've already checked her feet, and she hears some honks overhead, so she's getting a little panicky because she's not in with her flock right now. So I'm sorry that she's getting a little anxious. I'll hold her tight and snug so she knows she's safe. Our girls are used to being held, but they do panic when they hear a lot of hawks, and right now it's that time of year where it's hawk mating season and they're flying all over, so she get a little nervous, but I got her. Okay, so after you check their feet and their comb and their general behavior and walk, you want to look at their feathers. And so you're going to lift their feathers up, look at their skin first to see if you see any white particles that may look like maybe dandruff or something along those lines. They might have mites. If you see that, you shouldn't see any of that on their skin. Chickens are susceptible to mites and a type of chicken lice, and it can actually suck all the nutrients out of their body, and it's really not good for the chickens, so it's something that warrants care. And then you'll also take a look at the shaft of the feather and follow it up and make sure you don't see any white particles or little creepy crawlies around their feathers. So that's really important to check for. You can check their nostrils. Hi, sweet girl. Oh, she loves to be rubbed under her chin here. Check their nostrils to make sure that you don't see anything oozing or swelling of the nostrils, because they can get like a chicken cold or a bacterial infection. So you want to look for that. Look around their eyes. That little skin, I'm going to come a little closer here. You can see how you see the skin around their eye, and right in this area, sometimes they'll get mites there too. So check that area and make sure you don't see anything abnormal. And she's in perfect health. We've already given her, all of them are well checked. We do this often. And another thing, especially in the morning when you first let them out, you want to check their crop. Their crop is going to be full through the day because they're going to be grazing and eating, and so it should be full through the day. But in the morning when you let them out, it should have emptied overnight. So if their crop is still full in the morning, then you definitely want to keep an eye on that, because either they have a blockage, an impacted crop, and that could lead to sour crop, which is an infection, a yeast infection in their crop, and that's not good for the bird either. That can actually kill them. So those are a couple general basic well-checked things that you should be looking for in your flock. And of course, you can go into more detail than that if you see something wrong or the chicken's not behaving normally or herself. Sweet girl. She was such a good model. Well, anyway, so if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comment section. Like, subscribe, check us out on Facebook and our Steam account. Thank you so much for checking us out on Kindred Acres. With love.